What is going on, everybody? It's the France, and we are here for a Smackdown live review for December 4th, 2018. We only have about 3 weeks left in this year. And Smackdown Live, I've got to say, compared to what we saw last night, felt like a better show overall. And it always feels like it's a better show most weeks because it's got the 2-hour show compared to a 3-hour show where you're sitting here on Smackdown Live and you're like, wow, it's over? But it's only 10 o'clock. Oh, it feels so nice. Then we go to Monday Night Raw, and it's like you get to 10 o'clock, and it's like we still have an hour left of the show. There's filler after filler after filler. Not too much filler on SmackDown. I can't say that every single week. There have been multiple times where we've had filler. That wasn't the case tonight for sure. We just had promo package at the start of the show. We had a promo package with the Miz TV segment. We had Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton with Samoa Joe having a nice little PSA after the match. There was like a little segment with the Miz and Shane McMahon in the back, I think after the first promo. But really we had a tag team match for the women. We had a triple threat match with each member of the tag team championship match at TLC. We had Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton, and we had AJ Styles versus The Miz. 4 matches compared to like 3 major promo segments. That was SmackDown Live for this week. Wow. If Monday Night Raw could cut out that third hour, just chop that third hour down, it would not be as bad as it seems to be. The reason Monday Night Raw beats SmackDown every single week in the ratings because they have 3 hours, so it gives them a bigger number compared to 2 hours for SmackDown, even though Raw hit another historic low again yesterday. So we'll talk about that unscripted this weekend. Raw again hit a historic low for ratings, and it's just going to keep getting worse. And we still have a taped Christmas episode coming up on Christmas Eve for Raw, and a taped Christmas episode for SmackDown Live. The show opened up with Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Asuka all getting ready for TLC, as it'll be the first ever women's tables, ladders, and chairs match. After this, I don't know what else they have for the women's match, for first time ever women's matches, unless you want to go with a women's casket match, women's buried alive match, or women's Ring of Fire match, which would be one of those matches. So this has got to be, I believe, the last women's first time ever match for WWE. And Asuka, I will have to say, during this promo, probably had her best promo on the main roster. She feels like she worked on her English or something in her off time, because she didn't have to worry so much about her. It just feels like she was a lot more comfortable. She was working on her English. It's a lot more smoother. It's not going to be perfect. She's never going to speak perfect English. It's just not possible. But it is what it is. Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Asuka make their PLC match official.
Making history, you said? Well,
oh yeah, before they came out, Paige said this is not just the land of opportunity for SmackDown Live. This is also the brand. The blue brand is always making history because of the fact that they're doing another first time ever match. I mean, they also did have the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match, even though Raw's had some history-making matches for the women as well.
must be a Tuesday, because when you're the man, you make history every time you step foot in this ring.
One more point about Asuka, and I heard Solomon also talk about this too after the TLC was made between these 3. Asuka, at the middle of this year, after she lost her streak to Charlotte, WWE has tried everything in their power to make this woman irrelevant, bury her, and just kill her character. And she still, to this day, even after everything that Carmella and James Ellsworth put her through at 2 pay-per-views in a row, making her look like a fool, still comes out to the second biggest reaction on the women's division, outside of Becky Lynch. It's just amazing and commendable for Asuka that she has been able to maintain her popularity going into the end of 2018 after everything that's happened, from being buried countless pay-per-view after pay-per-view, and then not being on SummerSlam, not being at Hell in a Cell, not being at she was at Super Showdown, but in an irrelevant match, not even coming close to winning the women's championship, even though she had 2 championship matches. Asuka has been somewhat bulletproof to WWE's constant trying to bury her thanks to the fans. It's just amazing that because when Zack Ryder was on top of the world and was one of the most popular guys because of his True Long Island Story show, he was buried by WWE, and the crowd went from "We want Ryder" to it's Zack Ryder, who cares? Asuka has been able to outlive that burial and is still one of the more popular women on the roster, and it's just something you have to mention.
I plan on doing the exact same thing at TLC. Because being put through a table, or having a metal chair bent over my back, or feeling a steel ladder bounce off my skull, none of that compares to the pain that I've endured to get to where I am today. So it doesn't matter to me if your opportunity was earned or if you're her. I really couldn't care less. Because at TLC, I'm going to do anything it takes to win, and I can't really say the same thing for you two dopes. Change the song. Because it's the same one every week that I was handed an opportunity.
I'm sorry, Charlotte. You stood in the middle of the ring last week, bitched and complained about Becky Lynch, like, mimicking your father, and the next thing you know, Paige is like, well, it's going to be you two at TLC in a TLC match. What she says next has, hold on.
Spin it however you want to make yourself sleep at night. Here's the facts. I picked up the ball that you dropped at Survivor Series and destroyed Ronda with one kendo stick.
And a chair.
And I'm pretty sure it took Nia one punch to bust your face open.
So, can someone explain to me how brutalizing a competitor at Survivor Series in a Smackdown vs. Raw match warrants you a women's championship match, or any championship match for that matter? That just makes Charlotte sound foolish. It's like, hey, yeah, I wasn't handed an opportunity. I earned this because I beat up Ronda Rousey. Really? That makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense at all. Yes, Charlotte, you are the golden goose of WWE's women's division. They're going to give you every opportunity that you want, even if you don't deserve it. Asuka, Charlotte, Becky Lynch at TLC should be a great match, but yes, Charlotte was handed this opportunity. She didn't have to earn it like Asuka did.
Shut your mouth again.
So she's supposed to be here now?
So imagine what I'm going to do to you with tables, ladders, and chairs. I imagine I'll own you like I already have. No.
This is the crowd reaction for Asuka still.
She already beat you. She has never beat me. At Survivor Series, you chose wrong. I would have beaten Ronda.
Still want to see that match.
At TLC, I will beat you! You're gonna beat Ronda Rousey? You're gonna beat Ronda? Really? Because I'm pretty sure I beat you at WrestleMania and broke your streak. Oh! You got lucky one time. When you're this good, you don't need luck. The truth is, none of you could beat Ronda Rousey, and neither of you can beat me either.
Just a badass that Becky Lynch is. He signs the contract and walks off.
Oh, so so you're just gonna let your champ leave? Alright, we'll let Becky leave because she's all talk these days anyways. Why? Because I'm gonna beat her, and I'm gonna beat you. Again. Woo! Stop. I already shattered the mystique at WrestleMania. So at TLC, I'm going to finish you. Alright, ladies, back up. Ladies, calm it down, please. It's a contract signing. Please sign it.
So they both signed the contract, and out came Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. They want to see. They say, well, what if Charlotte Flair and Asuka don't make it to TLC? They want to take these guys out, and of course, we have ourselves a match made between Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville versus Charlotte Flair and Asuka. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville end up picking up the win in that match because Asuka tried to help. Like, Mandy Rose was on the apron. Asuka pulled her down, got up top. Charlotte Flair boots Asuka in the face, and Sonya Deville ends up picking up the win for the 1-2-3. Well, halfway through the match, though, Becky Lynch did come back out with her Women's Championship. So between the commercial break, after the contract signing in the match, because at the start of the show, the Women's Championship was hanging above the ring, so anybody who was wondering if this was going to be a traditional TLC match or TLC matches we've seen before, a.k.a. Ryback and Team Hell No versus The Shield, where there was no title on the line, it was pinfall submission. This one's going to be under traditional TLC rules. So this is the best scenario for Becky Lynch to lose her championship, and it's probably going to happen. We move on from that to Woods, Cesaro, and Jey Uso in a match, for a triple threat match, because over the past 2 weeks, the Bar have lost matches to both the New Day and the Usos. So instead of saying, well, this team deserves one or this team deserves to be in the championship match, both teams get a championship opportunity at TLC. Please put a stipulation on this. Make it a ladder match. Make it a tables match. Make it something. Don't just say we're going to have a triple threat match between these two teams. A triple threat ladder match would just be awesome. The New Day, the Usos, and the Bar would bring that match to new heights. Well, I wouldn't say new heights, but they would make the Hardys and other teams who have done ladder matches or are known for ladder matches proud with that match. I hope they do that. This was a damn good match between these three guys. Then Big E and Kofi decided to jump on commentary during this entire match. Yay. It was what it was. Jey Uso actually picks up the victory for this match with a super kick to Cesaro. After the match, all three teams are in the ring, and apparently we're getting a rap battle next week between all three teams, or just the Cesaro, the Bar, and the Usos. Because, yeah, last year's rap battle between the Usos and the New Day went over well. So well. Before we go any further, though, I gotta mention that next week we're getting a WrestleMania rematch, as it has been decided that Asuka will take on Charlotte Flair 5 nights from TLC. So if you want to see Charlotte Flair versus Asuka again, there you go. Hopefully, if they're going to do this right, give us this match for the beginning, like as soon as the show opens. Open with this match. Bell rings, this match starts, and it goes till about 8:30. That's how that match should go. Give these women at least a half an hour. We're going to miss half an anyway on TV because it's going to be through commercial breaks. If they make it the main event, give them the last half an hour. Give them a 30-minute match. This match probably won't be as good as WrestleMania, and it'll probably have all the other women on the roster come out, and somebody's going to get involved, even though it is what it is. That's going to be interesting. So next week we have a rap battle between the Bar and the New Day and the Usos at least, and a WrestleMania rematch between Charlotte Flair and Asuka. We go from this to Miz TV with the new Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, the jury is still out on Daniel Bryan's heel turn. This week's episode of Smackdown, definitely was positive for Daniel Bryan. He, like, when he did his promo of why he did what he did, some people loved it, some people didn't like it, and some people were in between. Tonight's show, between what happened in Miz TV and what happened in the main event, Daniel Bryan definitely felt more good as a heel than anything else. But Daniel Bryan was on Miz TV.
You seem more confident. You seem like your eyes have been open. You're not listening to people's opinions. You realize that there's no such thing as a virtuous win. It's winning or losing, and you chose to be a winner. Quite frankly, it sounds like you finally realized that I was right all along. Everybody thought the old Daniel Bryan was very, very smart. But how smart could he have been if he constantly catered to the opinions of these people?
Oh, the typical, I listened to the fans before, they don't know what they're talking about type of cliche, you know, just the typical heel cliche. I listen to you, I got nowhere, I'm not listening to you anymore, fuck the fans, all that shit. That's just what they go with. It's a typical heel tribe.
Fickle. Do you hear the sheep?
I'm sorry, that's funny.
Listen to them. I say something and they say... They're reciting something stupid from 20 years ago, but they can't help.
I will correct you, Daniel Bryan. That is from 17 years ago, because the what chance didn't start until about 2001. Just saying. But yes, Daniel Bryan is right. Wrestling fans who go to these shows are sheep.
Help themselves. I kicked one man in the groin on one day. These people harm the earth every single day with their needless consumption. Every single day they drink their plastic water bottles. Every single day they eat their factory farmed meat, which emits methane into the atmosphere, which causes permanent change to the climate.
I had a feeling that Daniel Bryan's heel turn was going to eventually lead to him being talking about, because he is a vegan, or he was a vegan, I don't know if he is much anymore, but he is one of those people who eats healthy, and I kind of figured his heel turn was going to lead to him complaining about people's use of, pollution and everything. He's one of those environmental people.
If you want to count sins, I kicked one man in the groin on one day. These people commit countless atrocities against the earth and future generations every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. Count the sins.
The look on Mrs. face.
Are you WWE champion because you listened to what I said? Yes or no? Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. It does not matter. The only thing that matters is that the old Daniel Bryan is dead. The Yes Movement, with these logos, dead.
He actually had his side plates from the last time he won the WWE Championship, the Yes, 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 and whatever the other ones were. I don't know what his side plates say this time. They're all silver and everything, and they don't show up right on the lighting. Maybe there's a picture on something that you can actually see them.
Here is your WWE champion,
AJ Styles comes out, but that was definitely a good promo by Daniel Bryan. Great, it's like I said, the jury's still out. He's only a month into his heel run, almost a month. So there's still a lot to be desired. Hopefully, it's not going to be anything like where we were all intrigued by Dean Ambrose, and Dean Ambrose just turned out to be a farce of what we wanted him to be. So this jury's still out, but Daniel Bryan is going into the right direction of a heel instead of the wrong direction and becoming a caricature of like a babyface pretending to be a heel. Because the Miz and AJ Styles, AJ tries to run and the Miz holds him and kicks the Miz to run after Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan was expecting a fight. Oh, wait a minute, and Miz, he want to be used as a pawn here, getting involved in the fight. And we know about Styles wanted Daniel Bryan last week, now he's getting his wish. I've been waiting to smash the face of Daniel Bryan ever since losing the title. And Miz from behind.
Crushing finale, and it led to a match later in the night, which would be your main event of AJ Styles versus The Miz. But before we got to AJ Styles versus The Miz, we had Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. In this match, Jeff Hardy came out in the gates hard and fast on Randy Orton. He took it to Randy Orton. He took him to the outside, bounced his head off the announce table, did the backdrop that Randy Orton would usually do onto the announce table to Randy Orton. We come back from break, and lo and behold, chin lock. WWE's go-to to come back from break is a chin lock. Did that with Randy Orton here. Jeff Hardy, later as we get towards the end of the match, Jeff Hardy again drops Randy Orton onto the announce table. This time he's going up top to do something off to Randy Orton, when all of a sudden, Samoa Joe shows up on the Titantron, the monitor Titantron, and he's like, hey Jeff, you're having a great match, man, and I'm at the bar and everything. Distracts Jeff Hardy. Randy Orton comes out of nowhere, hits the RKO. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton wins because of Samoa Joe. But that was not all from Samoa Joe. If we can get hopefully they have this loaded up right so we can listen to what Samoa Joe had to say. But Jeff Hardy definitely took it to Randy Orton, and honestly was a good match. Here's Samoa Joe after the match.
Dangers of excess. You see, there can be too much of a good thing. And like in most things in life, moderation is key. Now you see, you can make some really good choices. Choose to have a couple of these, go out with your friends, enjoy yourself, maybe even call it a night. Or you can choose to have 14 of these and wake up in jail.
Oh, I love
if
Joe.
you're fortunate enough to wake up at all. Choice is clear. Drink responsibly.
This message has been brought to you by Samoa Joe. Jeff was not happy. He rolls out of the ring, grabs his shirt, and leaves. So it's going to be great to see what happens with these two. Obviously, unless something is thrown together last minute, this is going to be longer. This is going to go on until the Royal Rumble, most likely. But definitely, that's just funny. Samoa Joe mocking Jeff Hardy still. We're going off of what pretty much opposite. We're pretty much going off of CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy was back in 2008 or 2009 when Jeff Hardy was leaving the company last time, and Jeff Hardy was being attacked for his alcohol consumption and everything, his addictions and everything. Difference was, back then, Jeff Hardy still had those demons creeping up on him. Now he's a little bit more control of himself, probably more than ever. But it's great to see that Samoa Joe can get personal real quick and make everything just more personal as can be. And I can't wait to see what happens with these two. Is it the best best thing we could have for Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe? Not really. I would like to see these two battling over at least the United States Championship. Get the U.S. title on Jeff Hardy again if you have to, so you could have something for this feud. for Samoa Joe to win. I would love to see gold around Samoa Joe's waist going into 2019. If it's not the WWE Championship, the United States Championship would suffice for now. So at least he looks like he has actually done something other than being the guy who loses all the time. This feud is a feud I can actually see Samoa Joe winning. That's just my opinion. I could see Samoa Joe winning this feud. Just makes sense to me. Then we had The Miz versus AJ Styles. Before we got this match to start, Daniel Bryan was caught up in the back and was asked, it looked like you left the building after what happened with you and AJ Styles during Miz TV. Daniel Bryan says the new Daniel Bryan doesn't run from anybody. Everything he does is with purpose, and now I'm going to commentary. So Daniel Bryan was out there for commentary for this entire match. It was a good, decent match. These guys have all, AJ Styles can make anybody look good, can work well with anybody. The match ends with a calf crusher to The Miz, and then Daniel Bryan with a chop block. He chop blocks the living hell out of AJ Styles' leg. Then he puts a heel hook in. Before that, he slams AJ Styles' leg 3 times against the ring post. He comes out, slams his face against another ring post. I have this all in my notes here. And then he sends AJ back in the ring. Another chop block, puts a heel hook on Styles, who's writhing in pain. After getting off of Matt Better, he stomps on AJ's head like he did after he won the WWE Championship. Then he jogs around the ring and does it one more time. Bryan grabs his title, tells the announce table to say, "Here is your WWE Champion, the new Daniel Bryan." Then grabs the mic and says, "What, you people don't approve? Fickle. You people don't cheer? Fickle. You people don't love the new Daniel Bryan?" And then says fickle about 4, 5, 6 times. Gets back in the ring, another chop block, puts AJ Styles in the heel hook, and SmackDown goes to black. Like I said, Daniel Bryan is becoming... This was a good build for Daniel Bryan as a heel. Good trajectory. He was getting more vicious and everything. Definitely is going to be great to see what happens with Daniel Bryan as we get to TLC. What these guys are going to do. I would love to see a tables match between these two, or some kind of match, like a stipulation. But since it is their first time going, well, not really, but it's like their third time, but their first time on pay-per-view, and this thing has got personal, I can see why they haven't done a stipulation. I think the reason that they didn't do a stipulation is this is going to have a fuck finish, and AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan will be wrestling at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view for the WWE Championship. This will not be the last match between these two. Am I getting tired of WWE and fuck finishes in AJ Styles WWE Championship title matches? Yes. Please just have a conclusive finish to this, but I have a feeling that's not going to happen. Until Daniel Bryan, if Daniel Bryan's going to WrestleMania as a champion, until Daniel Bryan has somebody to go up against after the Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber or Fastlane, I have a feeling we're going to see Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles going all the way up to at least Fastlane. I could be totally wrong, but who else do you got? Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio, they already got their own feuds. Nobody else for Daniel Bryan. And this was the problem with putting the title on a heel. This was why AJ Styles kept the title for 371 days, because there's not enough baby faces to go up against a heel. Daniel Bryan turning heel wasn't a good idea. It was okay, I guess, but it wasn't the best timing. Now that Daniel Bryan's a heel, it's going to be AJ Styles probably versus Daniel Bryan at TLC, the Royal Rumble, the Elimination Chamber, and Fastlane. Where do we go from AJ Styles after that? I don't know. Whoever walks out of this entire feud as WWE Champion is most likely going to WrestleMania as champion. And yes, I don't see Daniel Bryan versus Rey Mysterio happening anytime soon, since he's feuding with Rey Mysterio, and Jeff Hardy's got Samoa Joe on his plate now. Who else is there? Who else is there for a heel Daniel Bryan? There's nobody. Just think about it. They're not going to turn The Miz heel babyface anytime soon. I don't think so. And they're not going to give Shane McMahon a WWE Championship opportunity. WWE would lose so much fanfare. They're already losing fans as it is. If Shane McMahon was to get a WWE Championship opportunity, that would just kill them even more. But be prepared, because I'm just thinking about this tonight. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles is probably going to go all the way to Fastlane. At least. If not, it's going to go to WrestleMania. And we're going to have fuck finish after fuck finish after fuck finish after fuck finish after fuck finish, or AJ Styles is going to become a 3-time WWE champion somewhere in this, and then we'll get a fuck finish and a fuck finish, and we'll go to WrestleMania between these two. And there you go. That's how that works. But that was your SmackDown Live in a nutshell. That was it. There was no long, drawn-out, boring segments. There was no general manager. Like, Paige was in the first segment, and that was it. We did not see Paige anywhere else. Shane McMahon was in a short little segment in the back with The Miz. I don't know where that's leading to, and I honestly don't care. But other than that, we didn't have Baron Corbin in the segment for like an hour's worth of television. We didn't have this repeat match after repeat match after repeat match. Repeat segment from the week before. This SmackDown felt better than we ever felt for Monday Night Raw in the last 6 or 7 months. SmackDown kills it because they don't have that third hour. And because they're going to Fox, thank the hell we don't get another third hour. That is that. SmackDown Live is over. We'll be here tomorrow for NXT, as Tommaso Ciampa will be in the arena in Full Sail University. But I'm getting out of here. Follow me on Twitter at TheFrance. Follow me on twitch.tv/TheFrance08. Hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of these new designs that I've done by myself. Everything that you see on this channel, these overlays right here, were done by yours truly. I'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT, and then of course Saturday for Unscripted. Until then, my name is TheFrance, and I'm getting out of here.